All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about a conundrum, a mystery. And maybe you guys can help me figure this out because I'm a little bit flabbergasted, stumped, perplexed. Um, I'll talk about this in real time for a few real people out here, just like you there, and just like me here. Also, don't forget, please subscribe to the channel. Trying to build back better here. Sorry. I just crack up when I say that. Build back better. We're going to build back better. Better than we ever been before. Um, Build back better. So subscribe. Also, Patreon. You want to become a patron? Yeah. YouTube memberships. Folks, early access to this exciting content. Yeah. Yeah, I saw Dave's video 4 hours ago. It was really bad then, and it'll be bad 4 hours from now. Also, did I say Patreon? Yes, I did. YouTube memberships, buy me a coffee, and PJ Rock Super Chats. A great way to get noticed over on YouTube. And who knows, maybe I'll give you a shout out if you become a PJ Rock impersonator. All right, so someone needs to help me with the MTV Video Music Awards in the year 2025. Now, when I was a kid, actually, I was a little older than just being a kid, so yeah, I'm showing my age here. I was glued to MTV. You couldn't pry me away, right? I was watching videos by Peter Gabriel, Howard Jones, Duran Duran. I was watching the channel constantly. And these were my heroes at the time. I loved music and I got to watch these people in videos. So it made me happy. But then something went a little awry. All right. Sometime, I guess in the 1990s or maybe, I don't know when, but MTV became less about music and more about all these reality shows. And then eventually, I think they shut the whole thing down. But the MTV logo, the branding is still out there. And last night, apparently, they had the MTV Video Music Awards. So if you go on to the Paramount website, I'm so tired, by the way, of these ginormous corporations owning everything. Like, what was it? There was a movie I wanted to see. I think it was the reboot of Happy Gilmore. I wanted to see that. I looked around for it. And yeah, you can watch it if you have a subscription to Paramount Plus or just, I don't know what. But I'm like, really? I just want to watch. Can I just buy the movie and watch it? Nope. Couldn't do that either. Now, I didn't go way out of my way to look for other ways to watch the movie. I mean, I loved the original Happy Gilmore. It was one of my all-time favorites. So I wanted to see the reboot. I watched the reboot of Beverly Hills Cop. I enjoyed that a lot. Not as good as any of the other Beverly Hills Cops, but it was still pretty good. And for a guy like me, it was nostalgic and interesting. So when I see MTV Video Music Awards, and I think like Lady Gaga, all these current people obviously won awards, but it's weird because I don't think there's a channel where you can sit there and watch videos 24 hours a day. I mean, yes, these guys create a video. It probably goes up on YouTube. It probably goes up on Vivo, which, Vivo, YouTube, whatever, it's kind of interchangeable at this point. But it's not one of these channels where you have VJs talking about the artist and then playing the video or doing music news or anything like MTV used to do. So I went snooping around and I noticed on the Paramount website, they have the MTV logo, the famous M with the TV, right? Kind of embedded to the right of the M, which is a classic logo. And it's a shame it's been perverted, bastardized into something that just doesn't even come close to representing what it originally meant. It means a lot to people who grew up in the 80s, who loved that music. All right. So I go to browse under the MTV logo, and you've got 4 television shows that somehow have incorporated the MTV logo and branding, all right, for lack of a better term. The shows are as follows: The Challenge, which I'm not really sure what it's about. It says, well, actually, it does say here 16 veterans set their egos aside and team up with 16 newcomers on all new episodes of The Challenge. Vets and new threats. Now, these aren't like war veterans, I don't believe. I believe these are people who have done whatever challenge it is. And I see pictures of people climbing ropes or hanging by a rope, and the girls are kind of scantily clad, which makes sense and probably increases viewership. I don't know. But if you go under the other tabs, you'll get Jersey Shore. All right? And what does it say about Jersey Shore? The cast of Jersey Shore swore they would always do a vacation together. Now, 5 years later, 5 kids, 3 marriages, and who knows how many GTL sessions later, the gang is back together and on vacation in a swanky house in Miami Beach. All right. So I know nothing about Jersey Shore. I'm looking at the women, and they all appear to be, I don't know. I don't even want to get into their physical characteristics, but I'm thinking they picked a certain body style for the show, like a Kim Kardashian kind of thing. All right. What's after Jersey Shore? Oh, okay. Again, this is branded with the MTV logo. And this dude, I guess he's a dude, right? Was on the original MTV, so there is a little bit of a connection with this. It says, Shantae into the world of RuPaul's Drag Race. From international series to post, show kikis and glamorous design competitions. Show kikis. What's a show kiki? Someone's got to help me. This is MTV, folks. And so RuPaul, that's another branded channel. It's a channel via Paramount representing the MTV branding. And then finally, last but not least, Teen Mom. MTV's Teen Mom. It says, young women take on new challenges, thrills, and heartbreaks as they navigate motherhood, relationships, as teens, career moves, family turmoil, and more. So we're encouraging teen moms. We're encouraging them. Maybe we're trying to create more teen moms. I thought being a teen mom was probably not a good thing because you're not really ready to be a mom when you're a teenager, at least in today's society. Maybe, I don't know, 2,000 years ago, it was kind of normal. And people were maybe a tad bit more mature and ready for life as a teen, but not so much. And they've got, I don't know, little franchises that are off of Teen Mom, which I'm thinking also carry the MTV branding, including 16 and Pregnant, Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom Family Reunion, Teen Mom OG, Teen Mom The Next Chapter, and Teen Mom Young and Pregnant. Holy crap, Batman. That's all I've got to say. So, this is what's left of this sacred channel that I used to sit and watch for hours. And when I say sacred, I'm being a little hyperbolic here. But sacred in the sense that, yeah, they're going to play music. They're going to play music videos by people I love. I'm going to sit there for hours mindlessly watching, and that was mindless television, but it was called MTV, music television. So I was watching music, and I was listening to music, and I was learning about my favorite artists. I was also getting MTV News. Remember Kurt Loder? Remember Alan Hunter? I guess if you're a serious XM fan, you could still hear Alan Hunter. But you know what, folks? This is nuts. All right. And what's weird is they have all of this branding, all of these shows that have nothing to do with MTV, music television, nothing to do with it. All sort of weird things that, how are they related to music? Not really sure. But they still have MTV Video Music Awards, which used to be a big deal. Apparently, they're making a comeback. Now, what would be cool is if somebody who had a brain over at Paramount or wherever decided to fire up an old school version of MTV, playing the music videos from maybe the 80s and into the 90s, and did an actual channel. Of course, that would require that people give up on all of this pop culture nonsense and invest in music again. Doesn't appear like that's going to happen. I hear they did talk about Ozzy Osbourne last night, who was a staple back in the day on the real MTV, which, again, hasn't existed for a very long time. So anyway, maybe you guys can help me understand what this is about. Go over to Paramount, check out all the MTV branded stuff. I believe there's merch that you can get with MTV and teen mom stuff. Like you can get the 16 and pregnant t-shirt with a little MTV logo on it. What a fashion statement, huh? That makes all of this just, I don't even know. I don't even know what to make of any of this. But to think that they had the MTV Video Music Awards last night, and I'm sitting here going, huh? MTV? No, that can't be. Just call it the Video Music Awards. This has nothing to do with MTV. MTV is something that's in the past and needs to stay there unless they're going to resurrect it the proper way. Other than that, it's just like putting a brand for a product on something and saying, yes, this is our version of pretzels, right? These are MTV pretzels. See how twisty they are? Just like the channel used to be, twisty and flavorful and interesting. This is not that. This is something completely not representing what once was, and that's pretty much everything today. So, no surprise, just making some mindless observations here. All right, people, thanks for watching again. YouTube memberships, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, and PJ Rock Super Chats. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit that button, and also don't forget the bell for notifications on new videos. You won't find content like this anywhere else. Seriously. I mean, who else is like me? Nobody. In fact, I deserve the MTV branding logo in the corner of every video, but I'm sure that would cost me a lot of money. And yes, it would probably actually represent the original MTV far better than 16 and Pregnant.